Greetings everyone, this is your girl Amy at the AMM News Desk. Here's your news, that's fit to be news. Today, the AMM Corporation unveiled a new prototype mech designed for the Battle of Independent Musicians, also referred to as the Independent Artists Front, or IAF. We are currently receiving rare footage of this new mech, affectionately named the LTCUS. This new mech is designed to fit in as a circus ride, then at the first sign of trouble, it will jump straight up and beat that ass big time. The LTCUS is powered by the hard-rocking metal band LOST CIRCUS. Wow, holy quantum entanglement, it's sending shivers all the way down to my left high-gain antenna. Listen in as we play the sonic harmonic resonator. Just give a listen.
The LTCUS mech, with its sleek design and state-of-the-art technology, stands as a symbol of resilience and innovation. Its ability to transform from a seemingly innocent carnival attraction to a formidable force mirrored the journey of many independent artists, starting from humble beginnings and rising to make a powerful impact. As Lost Circus's electrifying riffs surged through the air, making the mech come to life, its movements synchronized with the music, ready to defend the dreams and voices of those who dare to create outside the mainstream. Stay tuned for more updates on this groundbreaking development, and remember to keep supporting independent music and the artists who bring it to life. This is General Amy of the 22nd Armored Corps, signing off until next time. Stay inspired, stay creative, and go AMM.
Hey, everybody, you got the dude with American Metal Magazine, and I have a fantastic band for you guys. This is Lost Circus. Hey, what's up, Lost Circus?
Dude,
how's it going?
happening? How are you, dude?
Hey, man. Mr.
Excellent. Excellent, man. So we got some people, man, that are joining us tonight. This is a great band. Man, I just got done checking out the latest song that you guys, that I caught anyway, which is Sky.
Yeah.
When did that happen, man? That's a killer track, guys.
Well, we've been working on our second album for well over a year now, and hopefully that's going to be something that we get out in the spring. We're closer to the finish line now. But Sky was something that we did. Again, I don't know what it is about the really great songs; they just happen organically. And I remember the first time we all played it as a band. It had been demoed out by Steve and Brian, and we all were we were at a rehearsal one day, and we had all just listened to it. The rough demo, and like counted off 2, 3, 4, and we played it, and we all just kind of looked around the room like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, holy shit! Right.
That song has got some kind of organic energy and life about it that Well, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong, fellas, but I don't think we changed any of the arrangement or any of that from the first time.
No, not at all.
The thing, so it all just really came together nicely, and then the storyline behind it, I'll let Steve jump on that, really lent itself to sort of partnering up with veteran suicide cause that we are very close to. I'll let the other guys kind of speak to that. But as a song, man, it's one of those that just right out of the box, it was that fast.
I'd like to know, how did that really, how did it come together? Who really acts like the lyricist for the bands? Was it just one person writing it, or did you guys just kind of work on that?
Lyrics. He's really good with words.
I like words. Words are my favorite.
So how does that work for you guys? You have some lyrics, right? You know, and you go into the band room and you're just kicking around some tunes, and then you're like, hey, these lyrics I think would work good with that rhythm, or is it the other way around, man? You go in with some lyrics and you try to make some music go around what you have already in your mind. How does that work for you guys in the
We've
recording and the creation
yeah, we've done
process?
a little bit of everything to make songs. Usually there's a melody in mind. I usually and sometimes I will add lyrics to an existing riff and we'll go from there. So it's a conglomeration of mind work, I guess, figuring out how to do stuff. But a lot of it's mostly I'll have lyrics and a story and somewhat of a melody, and then I give it to these guys, and then they finish it, and we end up with a song usually.
So it sounds to me really a lot of it is when you're in the band room, when you're practicing, when you're in that creative mode, you're kicking these things around and then it just gels. There's like a magic energy that seems to flow in between the members of the band, man. And I've talked about this a lot with different bands. Do you feel this that way for you too, man? It's almost like an electrical connection when it's happening just the right way.
For
I
sure.
do. I think it's great.
You know, it's kind of been that way since we started this band. Everything, you know, Steve and I went to dinner 7 years ago and said, "Hey, I like the way you play. Hey, I like the way you sing. Let's do an original thing." You know, and then
Yeah.
as each new member came in and we jammed, you know, it was pretty evident from the beginning. You know, as soon as that next person came in, it was like, all right, so that slot is now filled. You know, and so we've been able to build not only the band that way, but our songwriting sort of happens that way too. When we first got together and we're in the band room, just jamming, you know, Brian or Steve or Chad would come in with maybe just a riff, you know, and we would start just kind of beating it into shape and that sort of thing. Steve literally has 3-ring binders full of lyrics
There
that he's
you go, man.
last, you know, 30 years and saving. And it's I have it ingrained in my brain. We were sitting at Ride Now Studios when we were first putting all this together and just jamming on some riffs. And Steve is sitting across the room on a stool with his notebook, flipping through. Yep, this will work with that riff. And the next thing you know, there it is. And you know, with very little phrasing or language changing or any of that sort of thing. So we are, as a band, super blessed to have somebody as talented as he is on the lyric writing side. And then between Brian,
Yeah, we are.
what?
I said, yes, we are.
Yeah, we are. And you know what? He actually plays guitar too. He's not much of a bass player.
Not much of a bass player.
Thankfully. Yeah. Thankfully, Chad retired you anyway.
Chad's like, thank God.
So you know, it's all we've been really fortunate that we've not had really too many battles to get over or struggles to get over certain hurdles, you know,
Yeah.
in the development of Lost Circus.
You know, I think one thing else that really stands out is some of the videos that you guys have put together.
Oh, thank you.
Man, they're just fantastic. You know, I mean, they're entertaining. The music is dead solid. How does that come about, man? How do you guys get that accomplished? Is there somebody helping you with the video production aspects?
We did have some, but Chad did a lot of work on the video side on a few of the things we did, and we had some friends of Tom come in and help us with the first two video, the second and third video. Yeah, go ahead. You guys can talk about all that.
So, Chad, with that, did you develop a lot of the videos and stuff? Is that part of what kind of you, besides playing the bass, you pick up that cause as well?
Occasionally, yeah. I have a background. I'm an IT guy, but I used to also be a trainer for Apple's Final Cut Pro application. So
Oh,
by default, I've got video experience. But the first two videos, the This Place Is Mad and Broken Shadows, I don't take any credit other than me being in the video. Tom put that all together with friends that did us great favors and put those together for us. I've done all of our. If you see our lyric videos, I've done those. I did the "She's a Fire" lyric video, and then I did the lyric video for "Silent Running." Now both of those, I mean, the lyric. Well, She's a Fire, the lyric video is pretty much just like background imagery, and I tried to keep it at least interesting to look at. But Silent Running, when we got to it, I actually went through and using AI tools and some online runway tools and so forth to create snippets of video that fit the lyrics. I wanted
mhm,
to, yeah, it's gonna be a lyric video, but I want it to tell the story too, and not just be an image going by with some words. If
right.
you watch the video, there's a mixture of AI created video, and then there's some stock footage video. I had purchased licenses through Artlist or ArtGrid, I think ArtGrid, yeah, and just found video that suited the lyrical content, and so we licensed that. It was mostly free use, but you have to pay for the service or whatever just to make sure somebody's credited for it. But then even past that, the lyrics themselves, I kind of catered the font to that particular passage. Like what's the footage? What does it look like? There's some that looks like battleground footage, and so I did like that green War Games font that
Yeah.
was going on. Just stuff like that. But
Then
but
there's the uninvited video.
the uninvited video was over the top. I had a hand in creating some of the AI imagery in that, but we were very fortunate to have Calico Cooper and her husband,
Jed Williams.
yeah, Jed,
Yeah.
Jed Williams, to produce that video for us. Brian kind of worked with Calico and came up with the storyboard for the whole thing, and then we spent a solid weekend tracking all the video for that. We actually, I think was it Friday evening or Friday we tracked video that was actually video that was included in the video that was like background video to be played in the video. So it was really kind of meta. It was really weird. In a cool way. I mean, but Calico and Brian kind of had the vision, and she came in and just nailed it. And so that video was really cool, and there was a lot of work that went into that.
That one
And
was the song was produced by Saul Zonana.
yeah, yeah,
These
Made
these are
very-
exciting times right now that we have these tools, we have these AI tools, and then when you guys have the talent that you have and you're able to utilize those new technologies, which are really something that bands need to really embrace, because it's important to get those aspects, so that you have engaging videos. And of course, you have rock solid music, and you can add the video aspect. It really propels you over the top. Oh, I had a question about where you guys are. First of all, where is it that you guys play the most at? What town, what cities are you guys mostly playing at?
We've played more in Florida in the last year and a half than anywhere else. We were invited down to play Biketober. We did that. Everybody seemed to like us. We were invited back to play a couple days at Bike Week last spring. We've played Atlanta a few times. Nashville is a funny town. There's so many options for music, and whether it's tribute bands or original bands or cover bands or whatever, that I feel, my personal opinion is Nashville, which is where we're from, is very diluted. You know,
Yeah.
because
Right.
with that many options, it's a little difficult to draw, a heavy crowd,
Hmm.
and that's where we get our energy from. You know,
Yeah.
so
Right.
if we promote it and practically give away tickets, and we've only got 100 people show up, then it's almost pointless to play in our own backyard when we can go to Florida and play Bike Week and have 1,500 people.
Yes.
You know, or we can't give you any real details, but we're talking about some multiple different festivals in 26, potentially a cruise or two in 26. So we'll go anywhere that wants to have us. Quite frankly,
Right.
I mean, we've been fortunate to open for bands like Accept and Firehouse
Hmm.
and Winner and Warrant. So
Yeah.
that puts us in front of a lot more people that probably don't know who Lost Circus is, but
Hmm.
they do now.
They do now. Hey, do you guys are aware of the MDPR festival near you for Zach Moonshine? Have you heard of that festival? Because
Yeah. Total
that's a really
devastation.
big one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
Down.
guys
Yeah.
That's so there are places, there's festivals like that all over the place. And I totally understand that. I actually lived in Nashville for many years as a security technician, and I did work for a lot of the different stars and stuff. And I had the pleasure of knowing Johnny Cash very well. His daughter worked for me for a few years at a security company. And the music scene there is certainly very country. There's a Bluebird Cafe. I'm sure you guys know where that is.
Yeah.
I've sung there a couple times, but
Actually, Steve did a big writers showcase there not too long ago.
oh
The place
wow,
it sold out in like 37 seconds.
oh yeah, it's packed in there, and there's these just interesting spots. But other than I guess Riverwalk was a pretty big thing. I don't know if that's going on. There was a lot of big live music there. Is that
Oh, the
something that still
riverfront.
happens?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not
I
like
haven't.
it used to be.
Right. Yeah.
Not like it used to be at all.
Yeah. So really, you just got to get out. You got to get on the road, man, and go to
Yeah.
where the action is. That's the underlining thing for you guys. And you're really at that level, man. That no more playing small bars and stuff like that. You guys got to be in front of bigger crowds because you're just at that level. I think as a
Well,
band, your professionalism
I
is
appreciate
extremely
that.
high.
Thank you.
thank you very much. The other thing is too, we are all firm believers that if somebody's going to pay money to come see a band, you need to give them something to see
Yeah.
when you're on
Right.
stage. So
Sure.
we believe in putting on a show. They call it a show for a reason.
Hmm.
You will never see us on stage in ripped up jeans and t-shirt. You know,
Right.
we have a purpose behind being on stage, and we want to completely entertain anybody that has given us the privilege to perform for them. We want to do,
Right.
and that's hard to do in a bar in front of 26 people on a stage the size of the hood of your pickup truck.
Yeah, that is so true. What do you think that some of the biggest struggles that you guys have right now? I mean, you're definitely getting there. You're making progress. But what are some of those things that you think that are still difficulties for your band or just being a band in this age? What do you think you have to go through? The hardest thing that you have to go through right now?
The competition for streaming and anybody that has a Pro Tools set up or even GarageBand on their computer can put out music, you know.
Yes. Right.
So and everything gets out there on the same level. A record deal is non-existent anymore. If you're
Mhm.
fortunate enough to get a distribution deal, with a what used to be called a major label, basically what you've got at that point is a marketing engine behind you.
Yes.
But
Right.
labels aren't paying for your recording time. They're not paying for you to be in the studio. They're not paying for you to create and produce your own music videos. So it's leveled the playing field, so to speak. But there's also zero qualification for who can come on the field and play in the game.
There you go. And you said it exactly right. One of the things that I really identified as a musician coming into online radio, and how do you get played? How do you make that happen? How do you get those numbers? And what I did was actually start to interview DJs. And what I found out is it's not that they're not looking for that premium music like you guys deliver. It's just that they're inundated with billions and billions of requests coming in, and they're scattered, and there's no filtering process. One of the things that we're launching is a thing called AMM. And what that is a way that professionals share music that other DJs can download your content. So it's a protected file share system just for artists like you. We're going to have that listed. So if you're out there and you're a professional, please come to AMM, check this band out. You can download and get their content and share that and have that on your radio station. But part of that process is filtering, so that when you come to AMM, what you're dealing with is premium bands. And we've helped to sort of, fix that problem and let you stand out. That's the whole point. So what happens tomorrow, man? Let's say we're all right about this and we get some more social media traction, and those sales actually do and can happen. One of the benefits is you can now host your own music and you can sell it online. So there is a revenue that can happen there. So let's say one of these hits really takes off. And man, I tell you, you're so close. I'm surprised it hasn't happened already, because this music is phenomenal. If you haven't listened to it, you got to listen.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome, fellas. It's impressive, really. The production level, the writing, everything. It's just over the top, and it's real music. It ain't a bunch of AI crap. This is real stuff. So that ultimately can lead to success, in my opinion. You guys have the right formula. So what happens when it all starts to go great and you have your choices now, man? And this is a turn of events where you don't have to worry about money. You may not have to worry about money now, but let's just say money's not an issue. Time's not an issue. You can just do what you want to do with your band. What would be the first thing that you guys would want to accomplish once you find success?
Play in front of as many people as we possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Play, 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 play.
Yeah.
All day long. All night long.
All night long. Then, and I think everybody typically answers that in the same way, because playing is like an addiction. It's the best drug there is. Listen, if you're hooked on crack, don't worry. Get a band, start performing. You'll forget all about crack. And then all you want to do is just jam.
Crack less expensive.
Yeah, plus that's expensive. Well, I don't know, man. I think being a musician is more expensive than crack.
That's good.
But if you're listening out there, check it out, man. Come to American Metal Magazine. Go to AMM. You can look up this band. You can go and you can watch the new videos that we've been talking about. You can read a bio about the band. There is so much information that you can get. You can reach out to these guys, find out more about where they're playing, what's happening with them. It's just such a great thing to have these guys involved with American Metal Magazine. We're super excited to have you guys aboard. Is there anybody that you'd like to shout out to, man, before we get out of here? Somebody you'd like to say hi that's just helped you on your way, if it's family member? Do you guys have somebody like that?
I would like to say hey to my dear friend Pierre Lamour. Pierre is a dear friend, a unbelievable director and producer for video. He worked with Rush for about 30 years. All of their live concert videos he produced and directed. He's the guy that produced and directed our first 2 music videos, and he just did it for us just as a favor because we're buds. So he really helped us capture the visual essence of what Lost Circus is about.
Awesome. How about
real
you,
quick,
Steve?
I would say I got to shout out to Brian. Couldn't be here tonight because he's doing that rock star thing that he seems to do all the time with these big famous bands. So shout out to Brian. We love you. We miss you. Get back here so we can finish this album. And of course,
Yeah.
to my wife, Melissa, my son, Danny, Connor, Riley, and my dad, 84 years old, still kicking.
Nice.
Yeah. I would definitely have to shout out my wife, my biggest supporter for sure. She lets me go do all this crazy stuff, so couldn't do it without her either. So,
And last but not least, our producer extraordinaire and friend of mine for almost 45 years, Tom Harding, is the guy behind the sound of Lost Circus.
One of the biggest reasons that we won the Josie Award, too.
Yep. If it hadn't been for him, we probably would never have even been nominated for the Josie Award. And the fact that we actually won Hard Rock and Metal Band of the Year was probably the biggest surprise of the year for all of us.
Right.
And I'm so glad that he was there and was there to witness all that. But without TH, I have no idea what Lost Circus would sound like. So, yeah, he's the 6th member of the band for sure.
Amen.
Well, you know what I think, man? I think that you guys are a seasoned, well put together, well educated, technically proficient, but yet you have the underlining thing that makes bands great, man, that you can't get out of a book. You can't find it anywhere except in the band room with what we talked about earlier with that connection, the band family, man, and your family behind you, that support system, this whole equation equals amazing band with an amazing future. I can't wait to see what happens next with, I guess you guys have an album coming out really soon. You're waiting to finish that up. Do you have any idea when that might be available?
Man, we're all really hoping that it'll be out by March. So springtime sometime. We've got 9 songs tracked right now. 6 are pretty much finished. 3 we're just sort of doing guitars on. And then we've got 3 more that we're going to record. So the next album is going to be probably 11 or 12 songs, where the first album was 8. So we're going to give everybody a little more of the circus, and hopefully recruit more clowns for this thing that we're crazy.
Well, listen, man, I've got my cotton candy, man, and I've got my popcorn, and I've got my ticket to ride, man, and it's a hell of a ride. Again, Lost Circus, an amazing band, an award-winning band. When you hear that they're performing, get out and check it out. In between the time, get to American Metal Magazine, follow the social media links, follow the links where you can purchase their music, and do yourself a really big favor today and buy some of this incredible music. There's nothing like it. You can get the whole album and really just open it up, man, and kick back and listen to it. I guarantee it'll blow your mind. And if you get the chance to see these guys, because I saw you guys, man, I was in Bike Week. I was going to tell you, but man, I was there, dude. And what a performance. Just like you say, you get every dime worth of your money out of these guys. They're showmen. So,
appreciate it, man.
Thanks, dude.
You're totally welcome. So we're going to get out of here for now. Bad party is such sweet sorrow. But before we go, can I get you guys to give me a big go AMM on 3? Are y'all ready? 1, 2, 3.
Go AMM.
Wow! Awesome, man. Love that.
Waterfalls and emptiness of quitting. Come the times from shore to sea, what will be will surely be.